Fatigue is much more than just feeling a bit tired at the end of a long day. It's a state of physical and/or mental exhaustion that doesn't simply go away after one good night's sleep. When someone is experiencing fatigue, their body and brain are not functioning at their normal capacity. This can affect how they think, how they react, and how they carry out everyday tasks. It can build up gradually over time, especially if someone isn't getting enough rest or is under ongoing stress. In some cases, people don't even realize how fatigued they are until it starts to impact their performance or safety at work. In a veterinary or animal care setting, fatigue is particularly important to understand because the work often requires quick thinking, physical effort, and a high level of attention to detail. Fatigue can show up in a range of different ways, and not everyone will experience the same signs. Some of the most common signs include difficulty concentrating or staying focused on tasks. You might find your mind wandering or needing to reread information multiple times to understand it. Vision can also be affected, with some people experiencing blurred or strained eyesight, especially towards the end of a shift. Reaction times tend to slow down as well, which can be dangerous in environments where quick responses are needed, such as handling animals or assisting in procedures. Memory can also be impacted, making it harder to recall instructions or information you've just been given. You may also notice persistent tiredness that doesn't improve even after sleep, along with reduced coordination, meaning tasks that normally feel simple may suddenly feel more difficult or clumsy. Recognizing these signs early is really important, as they are often the first warning that fatigue is starting to affect your ability to work safely. Fatigue doesn't just make you feel tired, it can have serious effects on both your short-term well-being and your long-term health. In the short term, fatigue can disrupt normal body functions. This might include hormonal imbalances, increased feelings of anxiety, difficulty sleeping, irritability, and reduced mental sharpness. You may find yourself becoming more easily frustrated, less patient with clients or colleagues, or struggling to make decisions that would normally feel straightforward. Over time, if fatigue is not managed properly, it can contribute to more serious health issues. These can include neuropsychological conditions such as chronic stress or burnout, as well as cardiovascular problems and gastrointestinal disorders. In a workplace context, fatigue also significantly increases the risk of mistakes, accidents, and injuries, not just for you, but for your team and the animals in your care. That's why fatigue isn't just a personal issue. It's a workplace safety concern. Fatigue is rarely caused by just one thing. It's usually the result of a combination of factors from both your work life and your personal life. In an animal care or veterinary environment, there are several common contributors. Working in extreme temperatures, whether very hot or very cold, can place additional stress on the body and lead to faster exhaustion. Long commutes can reduce the amount of time available for rest and recovery, especially when combined with early starts or late finishes. Ongoing stress, whether from workload, emotional demands, or workplace pressure, can also play a major role. Environmental factors such as poor lighting can strain your eyes and contribute to tiredness, while emergency situations can create sudden bursts of intense mental and physical demand. Shift work is another major factor, particularly when it involves long hours, night shifts, or constantly changing schedules. These can disrupt your natural sleep cycle and make it harder to get quality rest. Not being able to take regular breaks or working in an understaffed environment can further increase fatigue levels. On top of that, physically demanding tasks, high mental workload, and on-call responsibilities can all contribute to ongoing fatigue. When several of these factors occur together, fatigue can build quickly and become difficult to manage. Fatigue is considered a workplace health and safety hazard, which means it must be actively managed, just like any other risk in the workplace. Employers, also known as PCBUs, have a legal responsibility to identify and reduce fatigue risks as much as possible. This includes putting systems in place to support staff well-being and safe work practices. At the same time, employees also have a responsibility to take reasonable care of their own health and safety. This means that managing fatigue is a shared responsibility. Both the workplace and the individual need to take practical steps to minimize fatigue and reduce the risk of harm. When both sides actively contribute, it creates a safer, healthier, and more sustainable work environment. There are many practical strategies that workplaces can use to help reduce fatigue among staff. For example, managing appointment scheduling can help prevent workloads from becoming overwhelming or unrealistic within a shift. Effective rostering is also essential. This includes ensuring shifts are not excessively long, allowing adequate rest time between shifts, and avoiding constant changes between day and night work where possible. Environmental controls, such as maintaining comfortable temperatures and proper lighting, can also make a significant difference. Encouraging and enforcing regular breaks is another key strategy, as breaks allow both the body and mind to recover during the day. Workplaces can also review their opening hours and staffing levels to ensure there are enough team members available to share the workload safely. Providing training and education helps staff recognize fatigue and understand how to manage it. Facilities such as break rooms or quiet spaces can support rest during shifts, and promoting a positive workplace culture can make staff feel more comfortable speaking up if they are fatigued. All of these strategies work together to reduce risk and support staff well-being. While workplaces play a big role, managing fatigue also starts with you. One of the most important things you can do is prioritize getting enough quality sleep. This means not just the number of hours, but also maintaining a consistent sleep routine where possible. Eating a balanced, nutritious diet helps support energy levels throughout the day, while staying hydrated is essential for both physical and mental performance. Regular physical activity can also improve energy levels and sleep quality over time. It's also important to consider your commute and how it impacts your rest time. If possible, planning ahead can help reduce unnecessary stress or fatigue. Limiting overtime and avoiding taking on too many extra shifts can also make a big difference, especially if you're already feeling tired. Maintaining healthy relationships and a good support network can help reduce emotional stress, which is a major contributor to fatigue. Finally, regularly checking in with a healthcare professional can help identify any underlying issues and ensure you're managing your health effectively. Small, consistent habits can make a big difference in preventing fatigue from building up. To effectively manage fatigue, it's important to be able to assess it. There are several tools available to measure fatigue levels, with one commonly used example being the Chalder Fatigue Scale. These tools can help identify how severe fatigue is and whether it is improving or worsening over time. Because both work and personal circumstances can change frequently, fatigue should be assessed regularly, not just once. This is especially important when new strategies or changes have been introduced. By comparing fatigue levels before and after changes, you can see whether those strategies are actually working. If they're not, adjustments can be made to better support your well-being and safety. Regular assessment helps ensure that fatigue is being actively managed rather than overlooked.